Family regrouping. Who qualifies under this category? Automatically your spouse or partner. The emphasis again also spouse, married spouse, and partner, unmarried partner. So if you, although Portugal is a very much Catholic country, there's this balanced relationship with the church. The church doesn't run the country. The Portuguese have a love-hate relationship with the church. They are what I call three-time Catholics. They have their christening or baptism in the church, they get married in the church, and they die in the church. That's pretty much the 3 times that they go to church. But in terms of a country, it's a very liberal country in every other aspect. Same-sex marriages are legal in Portugal. So in this category here, as long as you can prove that partner, they've been living as a couple for more than 2 years. In the Portuguese, there's no way to translate it. In the law, it actually says, as long as you can prove that they've lived as a married couple for 2 years, we translate it for most other nationalities to a de facto relationship, because the word marriage kind of makes some people nervous. But yes, as long as you can prove that you've lived together as a couple for more than 2 years or more, you qualify, the partner will qualify in the program. And it can also, again, be the same-sex partner. It doesn't necessarily need to be.
So what would evidence of proof be in that case?
Declarations from people that know you. I like to use people with official titles, a declaration from a lawyer to say, yes, I know Mary and John. I've known them for the last 10 years and they've lived as a couple. Other things can be used, joint tax returns, things like this can also be used. But a simple declaration solves the problem in most cases. Minor children under the age of 18 qualify as well in the program. Adult children who are dependent, in other words, children over the age of 18 that are dependent. I've got to be careful with most families because they'll say that your children are always dependent. I always wanted to get my kids out of the house because I thought I'd save some money, but it seems that the older they get, the more they cost. But they have to, what do they class as being dependent? Children that are studying. It's quite common for especially since education is so cheap, it's quite common that Portuguese children will study until the age of 30, 31, 32 years old. It's quite normal to find that they've gone on and carried on studying. So culturally, because it's acceptable in this category, if children are studying, they will, and they are dependent obviously, they will qualify for the program as well. Who else qualifies? Oh, adult children, or adult children who have some sort of disability which makes them dependent on their parents. Regardless of what the disability is, they would qualify for the program. So, question here. If you are a family who have a child with a special condition, whose the medical cost of maintaining this child is very high, can you send your child to Portugal so the Portuguese welfare system will support them? The answer is no, very clearly no. It's only when you become physically resident in Portugal and you are contributing to the system that you can benefit from the system, okay? So often I get this question, I have a brother, because you can, my siblings, brothers and sisters who are dependent on you. I have had a situation of the family that had a brother who was in a home and they wanted to send him to Portugal so that they could save themselves the money. No, that's the system obviously protects itself against that sort of thing. Okay, parents who are dependent also qualify in this category. Parents who are living with you that you can prove their dependence, they will qualify. They don't necessarily need to go into the program today. They can go much later in line when they do eventually become dependent. One's got to be very careful with this category. Often clients will, I've had youngsters approach me and say, my dad's lending me 500,000 euros. Can I put him in as a dependent? I'm like, there you go. You're the one that's dependent, not him. So you've got to be careful with these categories as well. Minor siblings in the custody of the permit holder. Brothers and sisters who happen to be dependent on you, they would also qualify. We would need to go, in the case of children with some sort of deficiency would need to have a doctor's letters. In the case of siblings, we would need to have proof that they are dependent, let's say that they are studying, that you are paying their fees, etc. It's not a simple thing, but it's achievable. Okay.